What up? Me again, back again with another one. Today I want to talk about Donovan Mitchell, who is one of the best players in the NBA currently. And I could probably also add that he is pound for pound one of the best NBA players currently because he's not that tall in stature, at least in NBA standards. He's listed at 6'3", but I've seen things that say that he's 6 feet, 6'1", which just makes his accomplishments and his ability so much more impressive. But I want to talk about Donovan Mitchell because he is consistently been one of the most underrated players I've ever seen play in the NBA. The guy does not get the level of credit that he deserves, and I feel like he's become even more so underrated since he joined the Cleveland Cavaliers several seasons ago. So obviously Donovan Mitchell began his career in Utah as a member of the Utah Jazz. He was the 13th pick in the 2017 NBA draft out of Louisville, and he has never had a season where he has averaged less than 20 points per game, which is a very incredible feat in and of itself. So he obviously finished second in Rookie of the Year voting. His first year in the league, there was that big debate between him and Ben Simmons, saying Ben Simmons isn't a rookie because Ben Simmons was clearly winning the Rookie of the Year race. Well, not clearly. It was a pretty close race, but he was definitely the winner and, was technically the winner. He came away with the award. But the whole argument was that Ben Simmons isn't a rookie because he missed his whole first year in the league. So when his debut came, he had already had a year of practicing with NBA trainers, with his teammates, yada, 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 all that. So that's a big thing that sticks out in my memory. I remember that a lot. And I think Donovan Mitchell wore a shirt one time that said, "He's not a rookie," in the tunnel. It was funny. It's a bunch of funny stuff going on. And so he's, pretty much always been, a great scorer. He's a decent passer, pretty good defender, gets, at least a steal a game for his entire career. His career average is 1.4 steals per game. Career average for scoring is 24.8 points per game. And he is currently a 5-time All-Star, and he is 28 years old. Very impressive stuff. But it seems like all of these accomplishments and accolades, they all get swept under the rug, and people never really give him the credit that he deserves. And I just think it's crazy. So something that really drew my attention to this topic and why I wanted to make a video about it was because for those of you that are basketball junkies like myself, I spend a lot of time on basketballreference.com. It's basically the best site for historical NBA stats, advanced statistics, all of that. It's a very good site. I find myself on it pretty much every day because I just like to know about players and know about the league. And so they have this thing called the NBA MVP Award Tracker. So it basically lists throughout the season who is in the lead by, a number of statistical measures that they do, who is in the lead to win the MVP award. So the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Oklahoma City Thunder are currently the only remaining undefeated teams in the league. The OKC Thunder are 5-0, and the Cleveland Cavaliers are 6-0 as they go into their matchup with Milwaukee tonight, which Milwaukee has looked absolutely awful. So I would not be surprised if, after this video comes out, that the Cavs are, 7-0, but they currently stand at 6-0 at the time of this recording. So I want to just tell you who the top 4 players are on this MVP award tracker, because one of them is on the Cavaliers, but you're probably not going to expect who it is. So the first player on the list is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who is head and shoulders above the competition currently at 48.6% probability to win the award. Next up is Jason Tatum. He's at 16.7% to win the award. My pick for the early going here is that I think Jason Tatum is going to win MVP. We'll see if that actually happens, but that's my pick right now. More than likely, it'll probably be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander because I think he kind of got snubbed last year. He probably should have gotten the award. But Jokic, came away with it, and I can't really debate that Jokic didn't deserve the MVP. He's a great player, historical player at this point. And at third is Nikola Jokic at 10.9% to win. And at fourth place right now on the NBA MVP award tracker by Basketball Reference, with 6.7% chance to win the award, is Jarrett Allen, who is a member of the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I don't think anyone has ever said that Jarrett Allen should be the MVP of the league. But I'm assuming a lot of advanced metrics go into this calculation that this application is running. But I mean, they are 6-0. So that's obviously, you always are going to give the MVP to a team that's winning, at least to some extent. They have to be in playoff contention. It's usually one of the top 5 teams in the league who has the winner, but it's not always the case. So Jarrett Allen is currently averaging 15.2 points per game, 11 rebounds per game, 1.7 blocks per game, only 1 turnover per game, shooting nearly 81% from the free throw line. He has not attempted a three-pointer yet this season, and he is shooting 76.1% from the field, which is incredible. I think that honestly might break the current record if he keeps on that pace. I think either Mitchell Robinson or Gafford broke Wilt Chamberlain's record for field goal percentage in a season a few years back. I think it was Mitchell Robinson. I think it was 73%, somewhere around there. So I think that would break it. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it would. But he's playing 28.8 minutes per game. So obviously, this is very early on in the season. This is probably not super accurate, but a lot of the other guys on the list make a lot more sense. Right after Jarrett Allen, it's Chet Holmgren. Then it's Anthony Davis. Then it's Domantas Sabonis. Then it's Devin Booker. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And then at number 10, because this list only goes down 1 to 10, is another Cleveland Cavalier, Evan Mobley. So again, no Donovan Mitchell. So I just think it's hilarious. It's this guy really can't catch a break, right? And Donovan Mitchell finished, I think he finished 6th in MVP voting sixth in MVP voting in 2022 to 23 season. That was his first year with Cleveland, where he averaged 28.3 points per game. So he's currently averaging 23.5 points per game, but he's only playing 28.8 minutes. So per 36, he's on pace to have the best season ever, but he's going to have to get his minutes up. So if he was playing 36 minutes a game, he would be averaging 29.3 points per game, which if the Cleveland Cavaliers wind up finishing, first in the conference, I would argue that Donovan Mitchell certainly deserves to be in the top 3 of MVP voting. Whether or not it turns out that way, who knows, but it probably won't. But, he definitely deserves it. So I just think this guy, since he's gone to Cleveland, people have kind of just, it's almost like they forgot about him, right? And I do want to say, having Kenny Atkinson as their coach now, because JB Bickerstaff clearly was not, doing the best for the team. They had a good season, but it was a little bit up and down. It wasn't very consistent. So we'll see how this season goes, but I think Kenny Atkinson is going to do a little bit of a better job than JB Bickerstaff did, at least. And hopefully that'll translate to, Donovan really being able to shine a little bit more. But it's just incredible. I mean, I think everyone, when he was kind of, really anticipated to either get traded or leave the Jazz, everyone was saying he was going to go to the Knicks. And that didn't happen. They wound up getting Jalen Brunson instead, which I think has worked out good for them. And I think this has worked out very well for the Cavs. So this is probably the best Cavs team I've ever seen, despite LeBron being on it, right? Any LeBron team was always the best Cavs team I've seen, but this is the best Cavs team I have seen without LeBron in my lifetime. So I just think you got to give this guy some credit. It's really incredible. He's really And, you know, Dwayne Wade is a big mentor of his. I think he's really rubbed off on Donovan a lot. And Dwayne Wade never won an MVP. So, similar boat there. They kind of always have that chip on their shoulder. But Donovan's a better three-point shooter than D-Wade. He's, a little bit of a better free throw shooter. You know, probably not a better rebounder or shot blocker, things like that. Dwayne Wade was really just like an athletic freak, especially on the defensive end. So, we'll see what happens. But, you know, Donovan Mitchell is no joke. The guy scored 71 points in a game. 71. There's not a lot of players in the league that have scored 70. It's a very, very select few. And that's not just talking about the league today. It's talking about the league in general. Frankly, a lot of them that have scored 70 have scored it in the last, 2 years. But, it's a feat nonetheless. So we'll see what happens, but I wanted to talk about it. Donovan Mitchell is just severely underrated still, and he probably always will be, but, I hope one day he gets the shine that he deserves, right? And one day I hope he comes to the Wizards, because we need star power like that, and we need some guy with a chip on his shoulder like Donovan Mitchell. So Donovan, if you're ever thinking about leaving Cleveland, come to DC, because we will accept you and welcome you with open arms, and I will advocate for you to be MVP every single day. But while you're on Cleveland, I can't really do that. I'm just going to talk about how you're underrated, and I think you should be rated higher. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please give me a like, comment, subscribe, do all that. If you did not like the video, please leave a comment. Let me know what you did not like. Tell me what you don't like about me, about the video, whatever you want. This is meant to be a dialogue. Not a monologue, but a dialogue. So, hit my line. Let me know what's good. I'll catch you guys with the next one. Watch some hoops and stay safe. Peace.